Welcome to the Thought Leader Life Credibility Series, where we are helping you to define and enhance your credibility. Join us as we interview thought leaders about what it takes to be credible in their vertical markets. To learn more, check out thoughtleaderlife.com.
Hello.
Hi, Mitchell Levy, global credibility expert, and welcome to this special credibility episode of Thought Leader Life, where we're talking to amazing humans from around the planet on who they are, what they do, in essence, their credibility. Today's guest is Kimberly Marie Bonner, who is the Chief Joy Officer, such a cool title, at New Day Consulting Systems. She helps business people expand their current business or start a new business through franchising. Kimberly, welcome.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. How about you?
Wonderful. It's a beautiful day in South Florida.
That's beautiful. Hey, so what is your customer point of pain? What is your CPOP?
Well, a lot of small business owners have a hard time scaling their businesses, have a hard time growing beyond maybe one or two locations, and they don't feel like they have a lot of options to do so effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, I could see that. It's so I sat on the board of a public company, and even as a public firm, it's all about, do you have resources, do you have money, are you in place, what things need to happen? Tell me a little bit more. What do you do?
My background, I'm a lawyer by training. I started out in intellectual property licensing and developed a strong expertise in that space. And then in 2010, at the behest of a colleague, I started moving into the franchising space and actually opened up a boutique franchise development consulting firm, in part because I realized a lot of franchise developers didn't have my unique secret sauce, as it were, related to brand development, intellectual property licensing and commercialization. And I thought, let me try this. And so the rest, as they say, is history. It's worked out really well.
So what you do is, so you help smaller businesses either start franchises or get funding. What is it that you actually deliver as a service?
What I basically do, the sweet spot is I help start up franchises. So if you own a restaurant or a gym, or you own a spa, or you own a tutoring service, whatever the case is, and you're trying to figure out a way to have multiple locations, have a bigger brand impact, I help you do everything from, start to finish, whether it's the business paperwork, the legal documentation, getting your brand ready for showtime, recruiting franchisees, training them, the whole 9 yards.
Got it. Oh, beautiful. And you mentioned this a little bit, but tell me a little bit more about how do you have credibility to do what you do?
Like I said, I've kind of, as the kids say, I'm not new to this, I'm used to this. This is not my first stroll down the park. I've been in some way, shape, or form involved in scaling organizations for 20 years, whether it's major universities, Fortune 500 companies, startups, and everything in between. Between that experience and also the results that I'm getting for my clients and have in the past, that's the credibility that I bring to the table.
It's nice. It's always, I always like it when the answer is, I've got the PhD in the School of Hard Knocks. And I worked with these companies, and more importantly, said the most important word, results.
There you go. And what I found is that, particularly in the franchise space, because I come from an IP licensing background, I really cut my teeth in the .com era. And that means a lot of innovation, just thinking about problems differently, business model innovation, different things like that. And so I bring that to bear whenever I'm consulting and coaching my clients, that franchising isn't necessarily what you think it might be, your preconceived notion. There are a lot of ways you can skin this cat, and I try to get creative with them.
By the way, that's exactly the words I wanted to hear. And because I agree. So franchise, that's that beautiful aha moment. Franchising is not exactly what you think it is. So you should check it out. Tell me, how do you go about sharing your credibility?
Well, I network a lot. I share my information either through speaking engagements, radio. I'm constantly, once people kind of hear me talk, they have that aha moment and they realize that, okay, I need to start thinking differently about what franchising means or IP licensing means and how this might apply to me. Because a lot of people, again, they kind of self select and they think, oh, that's not me. I'm not McDonald's. I'm not Burger King. I'm not Wendy's. The bottom line is there are a whole lot of companies out there that don't fit that description, that use the franchise model, that have tweaked the franchise model very well, and they can apply to different businesses as well.
And in our green room conversation, you also said you don't particularly like Facebook, but you do spend time on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. And that was the one that you spent the most time. What do you do on Twitter?
Well, Twitter is wonderful. I'm kind of a news junkie and I'm an innovation junkie. And so you'd be surprised at how much very kind of pertinent information related to technology and innovation is on Twitter. It just amazes me. Like,
no, I'm not surprised at all. But what I love about that in terms of what you do is my guess, of course, is as you're growing and learning, you then share that with your audience.
Absolutely. Constantly sharing that kind of stuff with my audience and with clients and helping them get to those aha moments. Like, oh, I didn't think about it this way. Oh, are you serious? This company is doing this? Oh, okay. So I want to keep my companies, the clients that I work with, on the leading edge. I want them to be ahead of the game and not be left behind. And so that's one of the ways that I do that, by staying on Twitter. Probably more than I should.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you. We're going to have to play that particular sound clip for anyone who says Twitter's not good. No, it is. It really is. Here's what you have to do with it. So, hey, so listen, if you're watching this, you're listening to this, you recognize a need. You're in a small business and it needs to scale in some way that you've not been successful at doing before. It makes sense for you to learn a little bit more about Kimberly in terms of who she is, what she does, and more importantly, that franchising model that might be the appropriate thing to you. Kimberly Marie Bonner, how best can people reach out to you?
Oh, absolutely wonderful. They can reach me at our website, which is newdayconsultingsystems.com. And on there's our phone number, email, but that's the best way to reach us. newdayconsultingsystems.com.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for sharing your credibility with us today.
Thank you for the invitation, Mitchell.
You are absolutely welcome. And for those watching, click on the like button, share with your friends, and we'll see you at the next episode of Thought Leader Life. Take care, everyone. Bye now.
Hope you enjoyed this episode in the Thought Leader Life Credibility series. Please like this episode, subscribe to our channel on the platform you consume content, and activate us by going to thoughtleaderlife.com/activate.